Hi, how are you? Are you ready to make some puppets? I am. So, hi, this is Marie again. I'm still thinking about performance. I have a storyboard ready to go, and I'm ready to make some puppets. There are many different kinds of puppets: marionettes, shadow puppets, hand puppets, and finger puppets. If you put eyes and a mouth on something and move it around, it can become a puppet. Take a look at this artifact from the Brno burial in Czech Republic. This artifact is the oldest puppet in the world. It was made from mammoth bones over 25,000 years ago. So humans have been making puppets and performing stories for each other for a very long time. When you're getting ready to start making a puppet, you should think about what details will give your characters more expression. How will we know what your character is? Are you going to be making a person, an animal, a monster, an alien? How will we know what it is? And what expressions can you give your character to help you tell your story? This is a puppet I made before. It's supposed to look a little bit like me. I drew my face and added some googly eyes for the eyeballs to give it some expression. And I've attached the paper to a little cylinder that will stick onto my finger. That's it. That's all you need to do to make a finger puppet. When I planned out my story, I thought about two different characters, my Baba character and my Sia character. I've already sketched out what I think they'll both look like, but I can always change my mind or make other changes to their designs. To make your puppets, you're going to first need the cylinder part stick onto your finger. So with a piece of paper, all you need to do is cut off about an inch of paper off the edge. So with my scissors, I'm just going to cut a little rectangle of paper off. This rectangle is probably enough to make two finger puppets. It wraps around my finger. Curl up your paper into a cylinder and tighten it up around a finger. You don't want to make it too tight, just tight enough to fit on your finger. If your paper's too big, cut it smaller. Just need a little bit of overlap. And now you can either glue that down with a little glue, or you can use a piece of tape. I have some tape handy, so I'm just going to tape it together. That's one tube ready to go. And I'm going to have two characters, so I need two tubes. Curl it around a finger and either glue it down or tape together. So now I have two finger tubes ready to go to hold my puppets up. Now I need to draw out my puppets. You may want to sketch them out with pencil first and then go back over them with marker or color them in with colored pencil. I need my Baba character, so I'm going to draw a face. And think about facial expressions. I'm going to give him a sort of neutral expression because I'll use the movement to show when he's thinking or sad or angry. And I'm going to give him a little bit of neck and shoulders. Oh yeah, he's got a beard. And I also need my Sia character. So I could draw the whole cat or just his head. I think I want to try one with just his head. And also give him a little bit of a body. So they're just about the right size to add on to my cylinder. Once you've drawn them out, you can decorate them, color them in. I'm going to outline in marker and then color in with colored pencil. When you're done coloring everything in, you want to cut out your Remember when you're cutting out little things from a big piece of paper, you might want to trim it out from the big piece, and then you'll have an easier time cutting out the little bit. Rough cut, cut, and then careful cut around the edge. When they're cut out, you want to attach them to the finger holder. You can do this by gluing them on or by taping them on. But I just noticed something. In my storyboard, I have some different emotions happening in my story. They look both kind of neutral right now, but there's a part where he looks angry and there's a part where he looks sad. What if I made copies of these, but changed the facial expression to help tell my story? And then I could make a front and a back to my puppet, switch it to help tell the story. I'm going to trace my puppet head so that they're the same size. And then I'm going to redraw the details. and make him look up like he's sad. Give him a sad mouth. And I'm going to redo the details on Papa's head too, but make him look angry instead. And color them in the same way. Color them in. I want to cut these out too. So now I've got happy and sad cats and happy and mad Baba. I have a choice now. I can either make a two-sided puppet and put them both on one holder, or I could make some extra holders and just put them on two different ones and switch them out. I kind of like the idea of a back and a front. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of glue and just glue the very top part of the head together. And then I'm going to put a little glue on each side. Put the holder on my finger. And then sandwich it together over the holder. Give it a minute to dry. And now I have a happy and a sad two-sided puppet, which will help me tell my story. I'm going to do the same thing with the cats. So I'm just going to glue the top of the heads together. Put a little glue on the bottom on each side. Put the holder on my finger, and then sandwich them together. And now I can just rotate my puppet to show sad cat and happy cat to help tell my story. Now my puppets are ready to tell a little story. This is what they look like at the beginning of the story. And then changes his mind, lets the cat in, and they're both happy. When you've made your puppets, one thing you can do is rehearse your play. So think about your storyboard. What was the beginning, the middle, and the end? And what are all of the characters going to say in each scene? How do you need to move your puppets to make them look mad? Stay outside. Oh. Okay, you can come in. Wow. Think about what voices your characters are going to make. Are they going to dance? Are they going to move when they talk? Are they going to look at each other? Are they going to look away from each other? You can start playing and rehearsing with your puppets. But we're not done yet. So what characters did you make? What details show who your character is? What voice would you give your puppets? How can you move it to make it look happy, sad, mad, or excited? I hope you had fun making your finger puppets, and I hope you're almost ready to make your performance. Our next stop is to make the backdrop sort of like a theater. See you soon!